Hello and welcome back to Mind of Success. I'm your host, Moni Millares, a Mexican British living in Asia. I work in fintech and build digital banks from scratch. In my years in the industry, I've realized most of us are in a vulnerable financial position. However, building a business can be a catalyst for change. So I created this podcast. It's about business stories we do not talk about. I chat with entrepreneurs, CEOs, and experts about their journeys, struggles, and lessons to extract gems of wisdom and practical tools so that we can thrive and create the impact we want. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Mind of Success, the podcast. So, this is a very, very interesting and relevant conversation. We have, as usual, an amazing woman in the show today. So we have Dani Muñoz. She comes all the way from Costa Rica, but wait, she is an artist, but not just any artist. She is an artist that she evolved her career and she got involved in the whole NFT kind of movement. So now she is a crypto artist and she is the first female crypto artist in Costa Rica. That is like impressive and amazing, and we should celebrate that. So, Dani, it's a pleasure to have you in the show. Welcome.
Thank you. That sounds so good. That sounds so beautiful. Yes, thank you. And I'm so happy to be here with you and chat a little bit about NFTs and art.
Thank you. Well, it is your story, so it sounds good because it is good.
Yes. And it's a love story, so it's good.
Yes. So it's been lovely connecting with you and like getting to know your story. And you have a very interesting way on how you got into the world of NFTs that I would have not even thought about how to get into NFTs the way that you did. Can you expand on like how you got into NFTs and what was the process?
It was a very funny process and very natural because I was in the Clubhouse audio
The app? Yeah.
I see. And then in a crypto room, some guy told me that, or asked me if am an artist. And I say, yes, I am an artist, very proud. And he told me in that moment, well, you have to see the NFT. In that moment, I write it in a paper and then I started to research about it. And I found a lot of information, very weird and difficult for me at that moment.
Yeah.
But then I received a lot of help from them, from the group of Clubhouse that was a crypto room.
Mm-hmm.
And they helped me a lot with all the process. And I have to say that a friend, Memo Reyes, he was very important at that time because he take my hand and make all the process with me.
Wow.
And when I saw, I have my wallet, I have my OpenSea ready to go. And you know something, the day that I opened my OpenSea, like I put like the button of sell, I sold my first NFT.
Oh wow! Congrats! That's amazing.
That's amazing because I could saw all the process in one day. You know, like minted, like editing all the NFT, and then you have the great OpenSea mail, like you just sell your NFT, like
oh, that's amazing. Now that you said very casually, yeah, so you know the whole process. I'm like, no, I don't know the process.
Yes.
So what is the process? Yeah, that's a very good question. I wanted to ask something else about your background, but we'll come back to that. But it's like, yes, what is the process to, like, even you use the word like to mint an NFT? For many of us who are not in this world, we're like, I don't know what you're talking about. So can you explain to us?
That's the face. That's the face that almost all give to you in that moment, because it's like, what? Well, you have to research a lot about NFTs, but
Yes.
in a few words, you have to take a digital asset or a digital work of your art and mint it. Minted is like, ¿cómo se dice? Subirlo, como
Upload. You need to upload it.
yes, to the page, to the platform, OpenSea or whatever you want to use. And in that moment, you have to edit all the information of the NFT. And you have to, of course, have your wallet, because the platform has to be linked with your digital crypto wallet. And then you edit all the information, you put your the name, the price and everything, and then you put sell. That's the easy way to see it. But of course, it has a lot of things that you have to take care of on the process.
Yeah, it sounds like a standard process, I guess. Like you just upload the piece of art, you upload the file, then you do some configuration, let's say, you fill in the fields, and basically you then publish.
Yes, but before that, you have to open your crypto wallet.
Of course, yes.
Yes,
That's a very good point.
I said in the wrong order. You have to do the crypto wallet first, and then you connect with the platform, and then you can mint it work. Yes.
Okay, that's a very good point. So for everyone who wants to get into NFTs and experiment uploading their art, then basically they create a piece of art outside of the let's say OpenSea, that it's one of the big platforms. So they create their piece of art. Once that's ready, then they need to have a crypto wallet. They open an account with OpenSea, and then they connect it with a wallet, and then basically they can upload their art, do some editing in OpenSea platform or whichever platform they choose to use, and ta-da, that's it.
And you are in the NFT market.
And then you're in the NFT market. So then you make it sound very easy. Why? It is easy. Then, okay, no, but that's a very good point, because like for the people who are not NFT artists that are like, oh, I want to give this a try, there's like this stigma, this unknown, that it's like, oh, it's unknown, it's weird, it's difficult, it's complex. But actually, how you described it, it's not complex. The process of uploading and minting, you do need to have the wallet, but you have to have the art.
I think that you have to be very curious. That's very important, to be very curious. And there's a lot of videos and info in internet, so you can first try to watch them and get more like a familiar, ¿cómo se dice?
Familiarity, yeah.
Yes, with all the concepts and the platforms and things like that. But I think it's really important to get involved in the community, because it's like a different community from the traditional art. And I heard that a lot from artists.
Yes.
From artists from all over the world. I heard that a lot, because this technology, it's so new that all of us are early adopters. So the mistake I made, I share it with the community and I say, don't do that, try to do that way. And it's like a very nice way to make the whole group like more powerful with the information, because I said like it's a circle of power, and you get in and the people that is in help you, and then you go out and you try to share the information. So it's very important. You can do it by yourself, of course, but if you have or you know somebody that is already in NFTs or crypto, it's a very good way to get in, because you have someone that you can trust.
You're learning from each other.
Yes, and so they learn, they show you, and then you can share that with another artist. That's I'm trying to do right now here in Costa Rica, like sharing my knowledge to more artists so they can decide if they wanted to get in.
Yes.
Because it's okay if you don't want to do it. I said, okay, that's I always try to show like a big a scenario of what is NFT, what good and good and bad things they have. And then you decide as a person, as your artist, if you got in on art or not.
I have two questions that I'll ask them now. So you said in the past few minutes, you talked about you sharing the lessons of the mistakes that you've made during the process, and you shared those with other artists. What were those lessons? Can you share those with us?
Yes, of course. Well, I have to say that I am very lucky for the people that was or is with me right now in all the process, because I'm still learning. But I think that the first time that I minted, I mint a piece that was a physical piece, but I don't have it anymore. So in one moment I was like crazy, because you heard many at the beginning, not anymore, but at the beginning you heard a lot. People said that there are different things, the physical piece and the NFT. So depends on the person and how much this person is involved in crypto and NFTs, they accept that. But a person that doesn't know anything about NFT, it's a little hard to understand the difference. So in that moment, I was like, oh my God, I have this, but I don't have this, and I sell it, and what I'm going to do, or do I burn it? So I tried and I asked a lot of people, what do you think about that? And you heard a lot of answers. You heard that it's okay, there are different things, they have different uses, so don't worry. But at the end, I decided to keep minted digital essence. And if I mint a physical piece as an NFT, they have the possibility to have the physical R2, and if they don't have, I burn it, or I don't know, but I try to separate it, because for me it's the way, everybody can handle in a different way. The other thing that it's so hard for us as an artist, as a traditional artist, is to at the beginning to decide of the prices.
Oh, yes.
Yes, because
yes.
You say,
how do you decide?
At the beginning, I was like so high. Of course,
so
because
high.
I said, how am I going to sell my piece in, I don't know, I thought in dollars. But it's not dollars, it's Ethereum.
Yes.
So you have to, okay, no, it's not the same way that I always did. So I have to change that chip in my mind and say, okay, I'm going to sell it cheaper. And for me at the beginning was a little bit complicated, because you always try to work and work that your art every day is more valuable. So in that moment I say, oh my God, this is not good. But then I say, okay, it's a digital asset, it's a different thing. And I make my cocoa wash again, and I said, okay, let's go. So I make like one-on-one NFTs, and then I have the help of Clementina.
Yes.
That is the best and the most beautiful crypto mama. and she told me, you have to try to do series of NFTs. So I started to split the price in 3, split the price in 5, and then it goes like boom. I
Oh,
sold
wow.
a lot of
Can
NFTs.
you repeat that again? What do you mean with creating series of NFTs and then splitting the price in 3 or 5?
Okay, let's see. One NFT, I can one-on-one, there's only one NFT. I can sell it, I don't know, a 0.15, okay, Ethereum.
Yeah.
Then I take that NFT and I split in 3. They exist 3 copies.
And is
Like-
it the same? Is it the same piece
The
of
same,
art?
but yes.
different file, let's say, different token, different algorithm behind.
Yes, that's the, yes, they have like 3 different contracts, but are the
3
same.
different contracts, but the same piece of art. So
Exactly.
just like with art, let's say with this piece of art that I have here. So it is a serigraphy, right? So it's a limited edition, just like your trees, and we'll go into your trees in a second. So this is like a limited edition serigraphy. So, but it's like the same piece of art, but just like X number of paintings from this specific artist. So what you're saying is that in the digital world, it's exactly the same. You have one piece of art, but then there's like if it was a serigraphy, and then you have like, let's say 10 pieces of the same, but it's like 1 out of 10, 2 out of 10.
Exactly.
Okay, got it.
And then you split the price, so the collector doesn't have to pay 0.15.
The full price. They just have to pay a fraction of the price. Yes.
And that's a very good thing for in the beginning, because you can have more, it's easy to have more collectors, and that's something that OpenSea and the people that it's going to look your work. Okay, Dani Muñoz already have, I don't know, I'm 30 collectors right now, so okay, that's something good, because people saw that you already sold your work, and so that's something
credibility good. And
yes.
Amazing. I want to have, so when we were chatting just before the episode, you said a beautiful phrase about blockchain and love. And I was like, oh, that is like so amazing. And we cannot just not talk about it in this episode. So can you expand on your philosophy about love and art and blockchain?
Of course.
Of course you can. Yeah, it's like, of course.
Well, my art is inspired in nature, especially on trees. It's a very personal process that I did with art and this subject of trees. When I get involved in the NFTs, one of the important aspects of my work are the roots. So I saw the ¿cómo se dice? Similitud?
Similarities. The similarities? Yeah.
Yes, with the roots and the blockchain, because it's so in that moment I said, with my art in the blockchain, I wanted to share the love. So let's spread love on the blockchain. I always say to my collectors, let's spread love on the blockchain. So it's like I don't know, like a art that born from that love that I felt about art and about life and about nature. So it's like a very complex with a lot of meanings, but at the end it's like, okay, you have to share your good vibes, share the love. And right now with NFTs, you have to share love on the blockchain. And that's something that it's so nice, because it will be there forever. So it's like, of course. So in a resume,
summary,
it's like, yes.
And then it's like, now we move away a little bit from technology and NFTs and blockchains, and we come back to you as a Dani, the artist. Trees, like they are so symbolic. Like I love trees. Like I am one of those people that I'm like, I can I can go and hug the tree and get myself charged with good energy and feel grounded. And I love, like, here in Malaysia, well, and that's the thing, you live in Costa Rica, so it's like you have the jungle, you have the trees. And here in Malaysia, like, I don't need to go to the jungle, I just need to go for a walk around the house, and there's some trees that it's like, wow, they're amazing. So I love trees, like they have like so much wisdom and power and like energy and groundedness. I love it. So you're in Costa Rica, where like you have like the jungle, the forest, and like so many types of trees. But how did you get connected with the trees? Because like trees are key to your art. It's not just a piece of art, it's not just a painting. Trees are part of your collection and the type of art that you do.
Yes, and it came very spontaneous, I think, because I having a gap of no paint, and when I decided and I felt the necessity of come back painting again, I don't know why, because I wasn't looking for, they just came to my mind, to my heart, and I'm starting paint trees, and it was so sanador.
It was very healing.
That's very healing for me in that moment of my life, and I was like feeling so good. So I would love to paint with um, happy colors like yellow and red and turquesa, que me encanta. And I started to reflect all my happiness in my trees. And that's
Awesome.
something that be positive in my trees. And that's something that everybody told me, that your art is so joyful. So that's something that really stay with me. And I say, okay, this world needs a lot of love and happiness.
It
And
does.
with
Yeah.
my art, I decided to do like happy art, like that you put in your house and you see like lights, like a message of goodwill. Like I don't know how to explain good in English, but I say that it's like when you see it gives you like a peace
That
and
energy.
happiness at the same time.
Yes. Yes.
So that's the most important. Also the roots are very symbolic. Like you have to remember who you are, never forget about it. And that kind of roots, who you are, makes you grow as a person, as an adult. And then if you go to the branches, you can see that tree has a lot of branches. That's the way in life that you can take, like the
Yeah, the
little
different paths that you
decisions
can
that you
go. Yeah.
make.
Yeah.
You can go good or not too good, but at the end you come back to your center.
I love that.
And then there are the roots, and it's your family, who you are. So your real friends. And that's something that I always like to share, because you can go everywhere and then you come back to your center, to your family, to your I don't know, to your point in the world.
Yeah.
Yes. So I find the similitude with the NFT on that, on the blockchain, and that's so funny about it. And also the trees has a lot of meanings, and people get connect very easily, like a tree of life, um, like the family trees, a lot of things. So I love that also everybody can see a piece and say, for me, this tree means ta 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 ta, and it's okay because art is for that. But at the end, I wanted to give like a bienestar. ¿Cómo se dice bienestar?
Well-being.
Well, yes.
Well-being. Yeah.
When you see my art, that's
You want to give that sense of well-being when people
yes,
look at your art.
and
Yeah.
happiness and strong also, because trees are very strong, but at the same time give you like a protect you.
Yeah. I love
We can
trees.
talk
We
about
can talk
that
about trees
all day.
forever. Yeah, it's like we're changing the topic now. It's like we can talk about trees.
Yes.
That is absolutely amazing. Which
Thank
then leads me to, I don't know, like when I look at Instagram, let's say my Instagram, it's like there's so many sponsored posts on NFTs and wealth and money and crypto and this and the other. But I, at least in my feed, I don't see that you just expressed. At the what I'm getting out after speaking with you, it's like at the end of the day, we continue to buy art, which is very personal, which has meaning, which has, for example, this piece of art. I love it because I met the artist and she explained to me, you know, like this means this and that and that. And it's like, I love it. So it's similar, like whenever we are buying an NFT, it's we're not buying a file with a PDF and an image. You're buying the art behind it. You're buying the story of the artist and the story behind the painting and the feelings behind it. It's not just a transaction. That's what I'm getting from this conversation, which is very
Yes,
important to tell to the world. It's not just a monkey with a funny hat.
it's like the experience, because it's not just the in your NFT when you buy it, it's not just the asset that you have there. They burn from someone, and and it grows with that artist, and then the artist decide, okay, it's ready to go, I mint it, and that's a little piece of the heart of the artist that you are going to have it. Because I feel like every piece of art, it doesn't matter if that's a traditional art or digital or whatever, born from our hearts. So it's like a little piece that goes with your NFT. You know that
totally
I
agree.
have here in my home a very nice tree that I really love it, but I really need to sell it. And my husband said one day, you have to
Let go.
let go. And I said, I don't know. I said to him, I don't know why this piece is not already sold or sell, because it's so beautiful. And he told me that moment, because you don't want to do it. You have to let it go. And then I say, okay, I'm ready. It's the moment. And I don't, maybe 1 month later I sold it. But it's
Wow.
so funny because you have a relationship with that
With the
pieces
piece
that
of
you
art,
made.
yeah.
Yes. Nobody, no, not all have that kind of sensibility.
Yeah.
But I think with the education and when we talk and we share that, people can start looking at with that in a different way when
Exactly.
so an art. Yes.
So, from your perspective as an artist, not from the perspective of someone on Instagram who's trying to get you into getting into the NFTs and then just like buying their program to learn more, but as an artist, what do you think, like for people who want to start being collectors
Mhm.
and go and buy an NFT or multiple NFTs, you know, like to start in the journey, what is your recommendation, as in what should they look at? How do they choose the NFT?
Okay, I think that it's a very personal taste. Of course, how what likes you or what don't you like. But I will recommend that you have to uh, research about the artist, go to the social media, see how many collectors, and get know more the artist, like the story in the Instagram, in Twitter, and then see if you connect with that. Of course, there's a sometimes there's a FOMO that everybody's buying this, everybody run and buy it, and then that project goes down and die. So I recommend that um, try to see what kind of art is inspired for you, what kind of art talk to you, and when you feel it, like you're gonna be felt proud to have it, because it's like what you're going to buy is a reflection who you are in the blockchain. So
Oh, that's such a
yeah,
good point. And it's going to be there forever. Like
of
it's
course.
a record of what you bought, and it's an association of yeah, Dani bought that piece of work, Monica bought this piece of work. And
Of course.
of course, it reflects what's valuable and important to you.
Oh, yes. So
Yeah.
you can have, like I told, NFTs where it's like a very success project, and you can do it as a inversión.
As an investment?
¿Cómo se dice inversión?
Investment.
Sí, like
Yeah.
investment, yes. And it's okay, because a lot of that's another way to have collectors, because people wanted to invest in other things, and NFTs, it's a new way to invest your money, and you wanted to have that NFT will grow in cost every day.
Value, yeah.
So that comes with the who made this NFT, because there's a lot of people that maybe sometimes make an NFT and doesn't work anymore, and your NFT goes down. So you have to see how much the artist is involved, and have the compromise to keep working every day to be more and more valuable as an artist. And you have to, because I say that every time, when you buy an NFT or a traditional piece of art of me,
Yeah.
I always have the compromise with that buyer.
Commitment. Yeah.
Yes, okay, you give me your confianza,
Your
your
trust.
trust to me. You trust in my work and the way that I am right now, but at the same time you are with the big compromise to get more big as an artist, and don't left your buyers or collectors tirados. So
Yeah, just don't forget about that. So
yes,
what you're saying is so important. So it's not just to look at the art, but to look at the artist as well. And to look not only at who is the artist, because you may be an amazing artist of mine, but it's what is the commitment that the artist has to continue to grow his or her brand and name in blockchain, like in the NFTs, because then it's like there's a commitment that then the artist will continue to at least do her best or his best, continue to grow, rather than just, oh, I minted this NFT and then I'm not coming back ever,
no,
like ever
I have,
again, and then the value will go down.
yes, you know that I have a situation with that, with a person that, with an artist that has had hacked, no, ¿cómo se dice? Que lo hackearon.
Yeah, that's an artist that was hacked. Yeah.
Okay, so he lost everything. So some friend from the community tried to help him, but and we bought some NFTs and tried to help them.
Yeah.
But at the end, he decided to change that and change all the collection, and change the NFTs, and all the ones that help him in that moment. We just get down with the NFT we bought.
Oh no.
Yes, and I don't feel bad because I helped him, but at the end, I learned that lesson. I prefer to see who is, and like the artist, like one line that it's like the same, and I don't know, it's my personal point of view, of course, but it's very important for the collectors to see who is behind the art, and how much compromise they have for keep going, because this is a very hard ecosystem, of course, and it's very easy to quit. But as a person, and as an artist, I have the goal very clear, and I'm going to still working every day to keep learning, because this is a learning, everyday learning.
Yes.
Everyday work, and give back to my collectors that the trust that they give me, I will give you invaluable.
I love that. Yeah, invaluable. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, Dani, it's been an amazing conversation.
Thank
Thank you. As a final remark, what could you tell? Like, one of the things that I admire about you, it's yes, it is like you are the first female crypto artist in Costa Rica, and that is like amazing. So as a woman, now we're talking like, of course, we have listeners like men and women, but as a woman, what could you tell any other women that either are on the artist side and want to get into NFTs, or are in the collector side and want to get into buying NFTs? What's your like piece of advice as a pioneer woman in the NFT space?
Well, I will say that don't be afraid to get involved. I think that you don't have to waste too much if you try it. That it's a very hard thing at the beginning, but then you just get understand everything and all go flows. That they have me as a company, no, as a professor or a guide.
Yeah.
To help them help them to start it, because I think that the process it's very personal, but I would love to give like the little push to start this. And as a for the collectors, I will say that try to see like the feelings and the message behind the NFTs. Don't get too much FOMO. At the beginning, you're trying to be everywhere in all the meetings, in all the audios,
all the forums, all the telegrams, all the discords. Yeah,
you just get crazy with that. So I one day I say, okay, I have to stop. I need to sleep a little bit more because I was like making the dinner with the AirPods there, hearing about that, giving the dinner to my kids in the car. And I was like one day, like just so tired. And I decided to, okay, let's slow down this. Let's enjoy the process. Let's enjoy the mistakes, learn from them. And don't be afraid to ask, because you have to ask a lot. You need to have to ask for help, of course, because you can do it by yourself, but it's easy if you have somebody near you to help you and guide you. And I think that that's
that's an amazing piece of advice for artists and collectors. So yes. Dani, where can we find you? Like, we are looking at the trees behind you. For anyone on Spotify, well, or Apple Podcasts, you cannot, but in the videos we can, and I can see the beautiful pieces of art behind you.
Yes, that's our mark. I made a serigraphies, 5 pieces from árboles, from trees from Costa Rica, is jacaranda, malinche, guanacaste, llama del bosque, y se me olvidó uno. I forgot the malinche, guanacaste.
I don't know. It's like, I don't know the names of the trees either in English. But I am in Twitter, Dani Muñoz Art, and you can find me there in Twitter and Instagram like that, Dani Muñoz Art, and OpenSea, Dani Muñoz. I also have foundation, Dani Muñoz. And please, if you have any question or something, you can contact me in my social medias, and I will be glad to help. Anybody can have a question or something, especially women's, but always I also help guys, and there's not for everybody. Yes, exactly. That's amazing, and I'll add your details in the podcast description as such.
Thank you so much,
Dani. It's been an amazing conversation. Thank you so much for joining us in the show, and everyone. Hope you enjoyed it. And not only enjoyed it, but that you had a different perspective. like from the inside and from the really what's happening with this big movement of NFTs, and like hear real life stories from real people, like from real artists, so that we understand the human side of NFTs as well, because otherwise it's just like this big hype. So do send us your questions, comments, and I'm looking forward to sharing with you the next episode in all these series. Have a beautiful week ahead. Yes, and see you very soon. Ciao, ciao. Bye.